Alright, so this video is going to be on how to clean up when your child or pet gets sick in the car. I had this happen to me with my Nissan Xterra. My daughter got sick and it was brand new at the time, hardly any miles on it. I think the car still smelled new. It doesn't anymore. And at that point I was searching for answers on the internet, trying to figure out how am I going to clean this mess up. I'm like, I've never had to deal with this before. I don't have any type of special wet vacuum or anything like that. So this time it happened in Subaru. Again, it was my daughter, and basically gave no warning, even though now after the fact she said she didn't feel good the whole car ride home, and they were, I think, about a half mile from home when this happened. So it's a little frustrating that she couldn't say something. But it happens and you gotta deal with it. There's nothing you can do with it now. So what I've learned is what I'm gonna give you here on how I cleaned it up the first time and how I'm implementing some of those steps in this case. So now, if you got a weak stomach, first of all, I'd probably get some sort of mask because it's gonna smell. There's no doubt. Now, with that being said, my wife went through and pulled the floor mats, and we got those rubber floor mats or whatever in the back of the car here, and she said, well, that's where it all went. She bent over and most of it went on the rubber floor mat. I knew right away that that wasn't going to be the case, because from the Nissan, from the Xterra, I learned a valuable lesson about where it all goes and what you're going to all need to clean. Actually, I can pan over here. So over here you'll see those are the rubber mats that were dirty. Those are obviously very easy to clean. So like I was saying, you might want a mask or something like that if you can't stand the smell. My wife said she had it all cleaned out last night. I came home, and as soon as I came in with my car, opened up and got out of my car, I could already smell it. So I'm like, yeah, I know it's other places other than just, the floor mat. So, and this being a back seat type of deal, the first thing you might want to do is the way I went about doing it, I worked from the top down. So you obviously had her seatbelt on. So obviously there's going to be some on the seatbelt. So I pulled the seatbelt out further than what I thought she would have been wearing it. And I know it's hard to see just based on the light and the darkness here. I don't know if I'm going to get enough. Maybe you can see it. So I pulled the seatbelt out and I've been working with my solution. Now the solution I'm using is a combination of an off-the-wall brand Pine Sol scent stuff. And then I poured some ammonia in there with that. I don't recommend mixing chemicals, but I don't have anything specifically for this. And I don't know that anybody would. This is kind of like a spur of the moment, and it's got to get clean. The car's got to be back in action come tomorrow. I got to get to work in a few hours, so this has got to get done. So pull the seatbelt out, scrub the seatbelt real good. I get everything real wet, so even if you don't get all of it, you should be able to dilute it down enough with your solution that you're using. I don't know what the parts were. I think it said for that off-the-wall Pine Sol stuff, like a 1/4 cup per gallon. I think I went a little stronger than that. I'm using as hot water comes out of my faucet. And then I tried to do some dry vacuuming just because the car was kind of full of stones and salt and stuff like that. You want to be careful with that, because if you do suck up any of that sickness stuff that your kid had thrown up, it will end up rusting out your vacuum cleaner because there is an acid in that. So you got to be careful with sucking that up. And then I kind of work, like I said, I work from the top and then down. So I scrubbed all this down, scrubbed the seatbelt, which I'll probably do again just because. And then the seat, pull it out. That's your best bet, is pull the seat out. Now if you got like a minivan or something like that where the seats bolt down, great. Unbolt the seat, or if it's like a stow and go or whatever and you can pull the seats, pull the seat out. And what I'm going to end up doing with this, the part up here, I got it sitting on top of the roof, that I am just going to hose off. It's foam. I'm going to soap it up real good and hose it off. Now granted, there's probably very little on the seat. It's probably more towards the front here. But that's what I'm going to do. I did that with the Nissan. I just pulled the seat and then washed it up real good. And then you can bring it in your house, put it next to your vent or where your heat comes out to dry it off. That'll usually dry pretty good. Depending on your chemical too, you might want to check to make sure you don't have any issue where you end up ruining or somehow like dying or changing the color of your carpet or leather, depending on what it is. I wouldn't use bleach. I don't know that that's a good idea. Bleach does a good job of cleaning things. It also does a good thing of changing stuff different colors. Okay, so then the next step, once you get down to where the floor is here, those little plastic caps, and they cover up where the bolts bolt the front seat down, pull those off because lots of stuff likes to hide in there. And then you can also get your hand underneath that pocket. Most cars are set up that way. You can pull up the rug and then you can kind of work your hands against each other to kind of scrub that. You could also get a nylon brush. I've used that in the past to kind of scrub it. I'm not done with this. This is kind of my first go at it. It looks clean. That doesn't mean much though. The back of the seat too, I'm gonna hit that just with I'm just using a rag with that solution to kind of clean that off. But this should get us close to it not smelling in the car. Now whether or not it's gonna be clean might be a different thing. So those would be some steps that I would do if you have that type of problem or accident in your car. You can then always after the fact take it to a detailer who has like a steam cleaner or some sort of wet vac where they can shampoo the carpeting better than what you can. But to get the car drivable so that it doesn't smell, that's a big part. You definitely don't want that smell because like I said, and that was with the door on the car left open to try to dry stuff out. It was pretty ripe. So one other thing that you might want, and I'll just kind of show you what I'm doing here. Well, here are these are those plastic pieces or whatever that kind of cover up the bolts. It's just cosmetic, but I pull them off so you can get all that stuff out. Gloves too, if you have gloves, I would wear them, especially when you're working with chemicals. It's just hard on your hands, especially if it's dry, like it has been. Your hands are kind of chapped the way it is. It doesn't help. But I just kind of scrub it back and forth, and I'm just using an old towel here as a rag, and I just kind of scrub all the surfaces real good until it looks clean. And I don't worry too much about getting it wet because if you think about it, like with the salt and snow and stuff that melts, it's kind of designed to take some of that wetness anyway. All you're doing is using a cleaner here to kind of clean that stuff off. And this track too, good idea to get in there. These tracks are greased so that they slide, but they do hold stuff as well, so you want to make sure you get that cleaned out. I don't know, this isn't one of those more interesting videos, but this is definitely, I think, steps that might be helpful. Just because, like I said, when this happens, it just, at least to me, it always seems catastrophic. It's like, where do you even start with this? So if this helps anybody out, at least I hope it helps somebody out. I don't know that there's any science to it, but there may be, like I said, special chemicals you could use or neutralizers, obviously equipment, vacuums and stuff, but this is basic. This is stuff probably everybody has in their house, some sort of like, Lysol or Mr. Clean, some water, a bucket and a rag, and then just get to it. Door panel, that's another thing you should probably wipe down. Obviously the handle, because the kid has to get out of the car, and whatever they touch. So door handle, everything in that area. If this does happen on a front seat of the car or you got heated seats, be very cautious about using water on that because it will trip all sorts of lights. I think, it was in the front of this car, we had a water bottle or something that leaked on the front seat, and all of a sudden we had an airbag light or some sort of safety restraint light come on. It's all wired into the seat, and that was the issue, was the seat was wet. So you unplug it and dry the seat out, plug it back in, your coat or your light should go off. So be careful with that. The other thing is, I want to mention this. When I was looking for stuff to use, I think baking soda came up as one. I don't know that I'd use baking soda. It may take the smell away, but it's really hard to clean up. Vacuum cleaners do not like sucking up baking powder. Or baking soda. It's too fine, so it gets in parts where it shouldn't. It bypasses the bag, and it's really hard on it, and it makes like a dust cloud when you're vacuuming it up. And if you use it with water, it makes a paste, and it will stain. It has like a salt in it almost, the way it seems. It leaves like a salt stain in your fabric. I know that from experience. So you probably could get that out with some sort of wet vac. But just so you know, if you were to use baking soda, if you go that route, I wouldn't. I would steer clear of that. That might be okay on like maybe household carpeting or something, but I wouldn't use it in a car. The other thing is too, the more I think about it, I may end up pulling the front seat on this thing as well, just because I'm not sure. So I don't know, there's really no good way of preventing this. I know a guy that used to keep like everything covered with towels when his kids got sick. We did have like a fabric seat cover on the back seat, which, you know, really doesn't do anything for liquids. You know, that's always an option, but really there's no good way to prevent this. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, you keep a bowl in the car, I guess, or a small pail, but even then, I mean, you're still going to be probably cleaning stuff up. So I don't know. It is kind of what it is. I should probably get to scrubbing that seat too. All right, so that's the back seat cover part. I'm just going to take the hose and kind of wet it down a little bit. Like I said, I'm not too worried about that because, like I said, if you bring it in the house, you can get it to dry off pretty well. Like I said, there's no good way of getting this stuff cleaned off. You just kind of go with it and hope for the best. And if nothing else, like I said, hopefully you get it diluted down enough that it's not so bad. So I would, after you get this all wet, scrub it down real well, and then, like I said, probably squeeze out as much of the water as you can, and then put it next to a fan or some sort of heat source to kind of speed up the drying process. Okay, so this is going to be it. I just turned the car around and I got it right below. I got a ceiling fan in here in the garage, so I just turned it off because it's kind of noisy, but I'm going to use that to kind of dry it off. And then I got the heat from the garage here, hopefully going to help dry this thing out. I should move the driver's seat ahead a little bit. When I did close all the doors, just turn around, I could still smell a hint. So it may have to scrub it down again. Like I said, there's really no science to it. You just basically keep scrubbing until you think you got it all. But we'll see how it works out. So hopefully this helps. But hopefully it helps if you are in this type of situation. Hopefully you're not, though. All right.